it's John McCabe. Welcome to the show. Hey, welcome to the John A. McCabe Show, where it's all about accelerating your authority in your business or your field of expertise. And we do that by helping entrepreneurs, business owners, authors, experts, speakers get seen, get heard, get noticed on any device, anywhere, anytime, in as little as 15 hours, also known as the Authority Acceleration Blueprint. My guest today is a returning guest and a coaching client. Now, if you recall, Wendy Zelmer was on a Hot Seat Coaching Thursday talking about pre-launching her book this month and having it available before Christmas. Now, I've given Wendy lots of advice on the show as well as assistance off the show, and today she's back to discuss her progress and see what she needs to do next. Now, if you recall, Wendy's a close friend of mine who I've known since 2009 when we were doing some real estate investing courses together. We've stayed in touch since then and been friends ever since, actually. Now, she's a certified RMT specializing in eliminating inflammation in the body, which really means that she helps people eliminate pain fast. Now, she's created a very specific light therapy prescription for adrenal healing, inflammation elimination, skin healing, pain reduction, and nerve damage repair. All 5 prescriptions are in a medical home light therapy unit that she rents to clients and also sells it across Canada, US, and Europe. Now, she's working on launching her book, which will help establish her as the authority in the field of inflammation and pain relief. Now, the strategy for Wendy is to launch her book, get local and national recognition, all to drive people to her website, where she'll offer the home light therapy unit as a solution to aid the people in reducing and eliminating inflammation in their body and eliminating their pain. Now, when she was on the show last time, we discussed her title, subtitle, picking categories on Amazon, her website, the Amazon author page, as well as the book launch page. Now, since then, Wendy has stayed in constant communication with me, and she's has contracted my team to help her with various aspects of getting her book ready for launch. Now, we've been busy building the framework for our e-commerce site, just waiting to receive content from Wendy to upload to the site. We've also been busy just mocking up some samples of book covers, coming up with the title, the subtitle, as well as doing the research on Amazon for what category that she's going to place her book in. I've also been busy helping Wendy craft the right message and copy for the website to ensure that she's speaking to her ideal target market and that the message is one that will resonate with them as they read through her site and watch the videos on her website. So please stay with me, because when I return, I'm going to be joined by today's guest, Wendy Zelmer, for an update on her progress. So I'll be right back. Hey, welcome to the Johnny McCabe Show. Again, my guest today is returning for another coaching session on the hot seat so we can get an update on her progress since the last time she was here last week and see what she's executed on. Now, if you recall, Wendy's looking to launch her book soon, this month actually, to bring awareness to something many people around the world suffer from, inflammation. Now, Wendy wants to position herself as the authority in the marketplace, as the person who is shining a light on the problem and helping people get back to living an active and pain-free life again. Now, if you recall, Wendy Zelmer is a certified RMT and certified laser therapist specializing in eliminating inflammation in the body, which really means that she helps people eliminate pain fast. Now, she's created a very specific light therapy prescription for adrenal healing, inflammation elimination, skin healing, pain reduction, and nerve damage repair. Now, all 5 prescriptions are in a medical home light therapy unit that she rents to clients and also sells across Canada, US, and Europe. So please give it up with with some likes, loves, shares. Share this video, a flurry of thumbs up, heart icons going across the screen for my guest today, Wendy Zelmer. Hey, Wendy.
Hey, John.
How you doing?
Great. How are you?
A little flustered today. I'm not sure what's going on. And got off to a rough start there at the beginning of the beginning of the show, but I'll recover eventually.
Yeah,
I hope so.
And
by the end of it, I'll just recover.
And you're new at this too.
Yeah, it's only the 28th episode.
Yeah, exactly.
Plus 10 practice episodes, so 38 episodes in, I'm still new.
Yeah, I think that you're doing a great job.
Oh, so do I.
It's not like you're Anderson Cooper that's been at this for 50 years, or 30 years. I don't know.
50 years, that's pretty old. He's got some gray hair, but I don't think he's that old.
Anderson, yeah, I'm going to go with 30.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, so I trust you have had a busy week.
Yes, I have.
Working on the implementing a lot of the stuff that we talked about last week.
Yes.
So, Wendy, just in case people on the show don't really know who you are or where you came from or what your story is, or they haven't watched, heaven forbid they haven't watched the last 2 times you've been on this show, you're like the most regular of the regulars. Why don't you just share everybody your origin story, how you get into doing what you're doing, and just so people have a sort of a base knowledge or a foundation as to what we're going to talk about.
For sure. I grew up in a holistic home. In 1991, I went to massage therapy. Well, in 1991, I graduated from Grant MacEwan from the massage therapy program. I was a practitioner for many years. After a while, I started feeling a little bit discouraged about how I was able to help my clients. I wasn't being able to eliminate their pain or help them as rapidly as I wanted to. And I also started studying inflammation 20 years ago. What I realized is that where there's pain, there's inflammation. And even though I love massage and I think it's a very important therapy to get done, what it doesn't do is eliminate inflammation rapidly. I started off with food education because definitely the food that you eat has a huge impact on the amount of inflammation you have and your ability to eliminate the inflammation from your body. And that, even though food is very effective, it is not very fast. So a person would have to eat really clean for approximately 2 months to be able to eliminate all the pain they have in their body that's associated with inflammation.
Okay.
I came across 5 years ago, I came across light therapy. I used a home light therapy unit 5 days in a row. On the 6th day, I woke up and I felt better than I'd felt in approximately 15 years. And because I've been in health and wellness my whole life, it really made me stop because nothing I've ever used has had that kind of impact on me. I went to a 2-day course, then I rented a home light therapy unit. I did experiments for an entire week on my family just to see, is somebody else going to get the same benefit, the same results that I received from it, or was this a one-time thing? Every person that I did this experiment on for 7 days had incredible results.
Okay.
So then I got into the commercial units. I bought a couple commercial lasers, and what I realized treating my clients with a commercial laser is that the results were not sustainable. Because with laser and light therapy, if you want to be feeling good, especially anything chronic that you've had for a long time, laser and light could fix it, but you want to heal your body, you want to repair your body.
Right.
And so what I realized is that people needed something at home to be able to maintain the results longer, but also to reduce the really expensive office visits. And I found a company in Toronto that makes the home light unit. I started offering the home light therapy unit to clients to rent and also to buy, and it's just completely changed how I'm treating people. It's completely changed the quality of so many people's lives, and that's the story.
That's your story?
Yeah, and also too, I have been treating people in the clinic with laser, 2 different types of lasers for the last 5 years, and because of that, I'm able to treat people more effectively with the home unit, give recommendations. It's so easy because I know what it's like to work on the people, how they respond in the clinic. So I give people the exact instructions on how to use the home unit at home, and it's like magic.
Excellent. Now, Wendy, so how have you been finding it working on the book project at the same time as you're working on your business and your regular life? So talk to us a little bit about what's going on for the last week.
Okay. The last week, I have to say, I have found it quite stressful because I just feel like there's so much going on, and I have put this timeline on my project, and I've been feeling stressed. Yesterday...
Are you using the light therapy unit to de-stress yourself?
Well, the last couple days I haven't been, but I am dedicating tonight to a great treatment.
Okay.
And yeah, it feels overwhelming. And just yesterday I was thinking, I can see why, even though a lot of people want to write a book And a lot of people have great books inside of them. I thought, I can see why people don't do it, because it's overwhelming. There's so many pieces to the puzzle, and it just is, it's overwhelming. I did get some great advice yesterday, and from my friend Don. Thanks, Don. He said you should remove the artificial timeline, and that can reduce some of your stress. And I thought, okay, that's a great idea. I do want to remove the artificial timeline, because it's not like it's not like the world will end if I don't launch in a week or two.
Right.
But also I do believe in having dates and timelines to live up to.
Right.
Yeah, because I've been wanting to do this for a long time, but putting it off.
Yeah, so realistically, you want to determine what the tasks are.
Yes.
And apply goals or times to those specific tasks as to when you're going to actually have them accomplished.
Yeah,
and
that's important.
I'm going to get into a little bit later on what specific tasks are left or need to be done for the pre-launch.
Great.
And then what tasks you need to focus on after the pre-launch up until the book is launched. So what it is you need to focus on. So by breaking down these tasks, then assigning a very specific goal date to each task will sort of eliminate the amount of stress that you have.
Yes.
Because you should only be focusing on one thing at a time, not trying to do 10 different things all at once.
Exactly. And when I'm looking at the project, I'm looking at everything.
Yes.
I'm thinking, I'm just looking at the end thinking, how am I going to get all of this done? Again, kind of that example of if you're looking at, is eating an elephant an inappropriate example, but yeah.
So you just want to do it one bite at a time.
That's right. And I'd never eat an elephant. But
So what's been your biggest challenge so far working on the book? Out of all the things that you have been working on, so far, what's been your biggest challenge?
Well, my biggest challenge would be writing of the content. I have to have proper content for my website, and just writing the content has been my biggest challenge.
Okay. So I believe that we rectified that for the content for your book.
Yes.
Yeah,
you gave me some great advice.
So what we're doing with Wendy's book is actually she's going to be interviewing a lot of her past clients.
Yes.
People that have had tremendous success
Yes.
from the light therapy unit. So there's a very specific testimonial prescription.
Yeah.
I guess prescription or format, a prescription. Talking about your light therapy unit. There's a very specific testimonial format that we use that we received from one of my coaches, Mike Koenigs, and it really takes somebody through a journey. So it puts the reader or the listener into that person's shoes, and it feels like they're basically living their life. So they understand what their life was like prior to meeting Wendy. So in this particular situation, the pain that they're in, the chronic pain or the injuries that they've had and the challenges in life that they've struggled with, and then coming across Wendy and their light therapy unit, and then using the prescription and the time frame that they did it, and then how their life has changed. So Wendy shared one or two of these with me, and each one is approximately half hour, 45 minutes long?
They're about 45 minutes long. Yeah.
Right. So what Wendy's doing is she's lined up interviews for all of her, not all of her past clients, but a lot of her success stories that have agreed to actually get interviewed through audio.
Yeah, the clients that have had the biggest impact using the home light therapy unit, they're so excited to tell their story.
So after she gets the audio, the MP3, then she's going to send that to an outsourcer and get them transcribed.
Yeah.
And then what we're going to do is each one of those will actually become a chapter. And so the writing portion is very minimized. It's just the intro to the chapter, and then sort of the outro at the end of the chapter, which is a sort of a call to action for more information or to listen to this person's actual story. Go here, which takes them to Wendy's website. So the actual writing of the content is sort of minimized.
Yes, and I'll say that was a very helpful tip, because I was thinking, well, how am I going to tell these people stories? Because each story has so many different details and so much emotion linked to it, and nobody can tell their own story better than them. And so, yeah, why not just use their words and put it in the book, and then it's the most accurate also.
Right.
Yeah.
So, that's one of the quickest, easiest ways to write a book, especially a book about, we're talking about healing somebody's body.
Yes,
So,
definitely. And the changes it made in their life.
When Wendy first brought this project to me, a lot of the stuff that she was talking about she was talking about the machine and the specs of the machine, and it's like, nobody cares about that machine. Nobody cares about that.
Yeah, it was just so techie. Has this many joules of light energy, and this is the power density.
Oh my God.
The frequency.
You wouldn't even get past the first paragraph and people would throw that book away.
So it was boring even writing that, right?
So what people want to know is they want to hear about how it affects other people, how it's helped other people. So they want to hear other people's stories. You will actually sell more light therapy units by people just telling their stories. So, one story after another. And the stories in the book, it's very important for people watching or listening to understand that each story, basically you hand selected these people because they all had very different ailments. So you're basically focusing, each chapter you're focusing on a different ailment that the person has. So if there's 10 chapters, there's 10 different ways that this light therapy unit can help somebody.
Yes, there's 11 chapters, and I did handpick the people. I handpicked the superstar users because there's so many people who have invested in the home light therapy unit, and really, here's the home light therapy unit, and then here's the superstar user.
Right.
And you put those two together, and that's when you have magic. And those are the stories that I want, because I tell everybody before investing in the unit, that in the home unit, that it's what you put into it that's going to have an impact on what you get out of it.
Right.
Yeah.
And these individuals each had a different ailment. So
of course
somebody had,
definitely.
Could you just list off maybe 4 or 5 of the different ailments?
Osteoarthritis, sinus pain, ruptured hernia, sciatic pain, inflammation, adrenal fatigue. I have one client who used hers for beauty. So instead of getting the Botox injections, she just uses her home light therapy unit now, and that stimulates enough collagen in her skin to keep her skin exactly how she likes it.
So throughout the book, what you're going to get is actually multiple ways that this system can actually be used to help you with whatever your ailments are, or even beautification regimes, or there was some skin stuff as well, not just that type of skin, but
so when
burns or whatever.
When you burn your skin, how you can use the home unit to repair your skin, because people are always asking me, what are all the different ways that I can use the home unit? Well, here they all are in one book. Yeah.
So what you're doing is you're actually the reader is going to understand or be able to understand exactly all the different uses in the book through real life stories.
Absolutely.
And it's those stories with the emotion, and that's really going to draw the reader in.
Yeah.
And of course, every chapter is going to have a call to action, and we're going to get them to potentially, by the end of the book, we want the readers to understand that if they want similar results, they're going to see themselves in one of these real life stories.
Absolutely.
So they're going to want to reach out to actually go to the website and hopefully buy a home light therapy unit. That's the goal.
Well, the goal is to show people, hey, there is an answer to fix the problem that you have. And yeah, the answer is the home light therapy unit.
There you go.
Yeah.
So let's break down the tasks that we need to get done for the pre-launch, just so you have a very clear understanding of
Let's do it.
the individual things, and then you can assign time frames to when you're going to have them accomplished, and some of the things that I'm actually doing on your behalf as a consultant. So
yes. So I decided after the last show to hire John and his team, and I shared with him before the show that I would not be here where I'm at right now, meaning 7 days later, as far ahead in this process, if I wouldn't have hired you.
Thank you.
So I am grateful that I made the move, even though I was scared to, and I still am scared, but I'm really happy I did.
Yeah, so we're going to deliver on making sure that she achieves her goal of getting the book out on time and achieving a #1 best-selling author.
And if that doesn't happen, there's going to be a lot of smack talk about John on Facebook and Twitter.
Yeah, I'm not too worried.
YouTube.
I'm not too worried about it. So one piece of advice I have to give you is production over perfection. Do not try to be perfect with every single thing, because good is good enough, and great will kill it.
Exactly, and that for sure is something that paralyzes me sometimes. It's never good enough. I'm wanting perfection. And hiring you and your team and having you as a coach just keeps me pushing forward through things that aren't perfect. And then that's great.
Yeah, so it's about getting it out there.
Definitely.
It doesn't mean that you can't tweak it, because the beautiful thing about using Amazon, for example, is that you can actually put it up and you can change your book every single day if you wanted to. Change your cover every day, change the title every day. It's really, you can make those changes on a continuous basis. So waiting until you have the perfect cover or the perfect title or subtitle, you're going to be waiting way too long. So let's get something done. We'll tweak it. We'll put it up. We'll tweak it. But between the pre-launch and the launch, there may be some tweaking, but at least we're moving forward.
Yes.
So the very first thing is a working title and subtitle.
Yes.
And I believe we have that now.
We do. Well, we're still working on the subtitle. We're going to tweak it.
A couple words, a couple changes maybe, but just let me see if I can pull that up.
Okay.
So I need to quickly switch here. There we go. And let me see if I can make that bigger. So the title is Eliminate Pain Fast and Get Back to Living Life Again. So let's talk about your ideal target market.
Okay.
Because it's very important that the people listening to this or watching this understand the purpose behind the title and the subtitle, and you're really going to understand that when you know the ideal target market, what pains, fears, frustrations, or challenges they have, and what is their desired outcome.
Right, exactly. And also the pictures will make more sense too, right?
So talk about your ideal target market.
The ideal target market is basically the customers I've been servicing over the last 5 years, and that is people who are, let's say, 45 and up, 45 to 70. They are
male and female.
Male and female. They are in extreme pain.
And how would you classify their income level? Medium and above, sort of high medium?
I would definitely say medium and above, for sure. Yeah, they're people who take their health seriously. They're people who want to live a great quality life, and they don't want to just sit in a lazy boy chair every day and watch hours and hours of TV. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I'm just saying it's interesting because my clients, they are from all over the place, but they're so similar. Yeah. And they live an active lifestyle. They want to continue to be active, and they are health-minded. You can tell that they're willing to invest in their health, not just financially, but invest their time into their health.
Okay, so they're typically 45 and up.
Yes. Male
and female, sort of middle income to above middle income. Take their health seriously.
Yeah.
What is the pain or the challenge that they have right now, and what do they want to see?
So many of my clients have come to me, and they're just in so much pain they can't even move.
Okay.
Their challenge
So,
is
so chronic pain
yeah,
and
yeah, the chronic pain. They're on medication that is damaging their health, or they can't take any medication that will help them because it hurts their stomach. They're allergic to it. Lots of different reasons why people cannot take medication, or they just choose not to.
okay.
And they have lost the quality of their lifestyle. I have one man, and he's 50. He's extremely athletic, and so are his kids. And I remember he's laying on the floor. I'm showing him how to use the home unit, and he said, I've just felt so afraid that I cannot be active with my kids. I was so afraid, and I really hope this is the answer for me.
Okay.
And I said, it is.
Okay, so they're in a lot of pain, debilitating pain. They're not living the quality of life that they once lived.
Right.
And that's what they're looking to get back to, is
Absolutely.
get back to that quality of life, whatever that meant for that individual.
Exactly, whatever that meant. So whether it's the 50-year-old man who wants to be out being active with his kids for the next 25, 30 years, the 55-year-old woman who could not pick up her grandkids because she was afraid that she was going to drop them. Now, and this is her words, I run in the park with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the title itself, Eliminate Pain Fast and Get Back to Living Life Again,
Yes.
really would really resonate, because what they want is to get rid of that pain that they have.
Absolutely.
And their desired outcome is to live their life again. Like
Yes.
the quality of life that they had. We should actually write that down.
Okay.
Get back to living maybe the quality of life. Let's throw around that word quality in the title or the subtitle. So you can see that this is a work in progress. We haven't 100% committed to the title or the subtitle, so it's still a work in process. We just know that who the target market is and sort of what their pains, fears, frustrations, and their struggles.
Yeah.
So let's see if we can zoom in on the subtitle here and make it big enough that I can actually read it. Okay, so the subtitle. So what we're trying to do with the subtitle is, again, we want the people that look at this to see themselves in the subtitle. And there's a couple of important copywriting pieces that we've done. Is the how-to is important, and so that you can. So those are two pieces of important copywriting components. So how to reduce inflammation and eliminate pain from arthritis, osteoarthritis, back pain, neck pain, carpal tunnel, and heal a sports. We're going to change the word heal to
Repair. Yeah.
Repair a sports injury quicker so that you can get back to playing with your children, playing with your grandchildren, climbing stairs, going for a walk or a run, and even playing sports again pain-free.
Yeah. And I was thinking about changing it to so you can get back to having fun with your children, having fun with the grandkids.
Right. So you can see that we're still editing, but we have a very clear picture of when somebody looks at this, they're going to be able to identify with the title and the subtitle because they're going to be in that target market.
They're going to be in the target market, and when people read the stories in the book, they're going to read how these specific people were actually able to go back to these very specific things.
Right.
So it's not just like maybe somewhere, somehow, someone. No, people specifically achieved these results.
And one important thing to this is a writer downer.
Okay.
For the content that we're getting for the chapters. So part of what you're actually going to have to write in there somewhere throughout the story.
Okay.
When their journey and they start to use the light therapy unit,
Yes.
you need to get into a little bit more detail about the prescription that they use,
Absolutely.
the time frame that they use it, how many hours a day, how long did it actually take them, so that the reader is crystal clear on what it actually takes to achieve the results that they're looking to achieve.
That's right, because at the end of the chapter, I want the reader to specifically know how they could achieve those exact same results, right? Yeah.
That's right. Perfect. So so you can see that we have a little bit of tweaking left to do on the subtitle, but I think we're pretty close to having it, just a few word changes, but I think we're pretty close. I think it really is going to resonate with your ideal target market and have a huge impact.
I agree. Change it up a little bit, but yeah.
Okay, so we're just going to find my mouse here.
Should we show people the picture now or wait? So we're still working on gathering the pictures that are going to be just right on the book. It's going to be several different pictures.
I just had one of my assistants just throw this together just as a quick mock-up, just because what it does is it actually gives me a visual, and then from that visual my creative juices will flow, and then I have a better idea of what I would like to see on the cover. So here we have a couple, a spry looking couple, probably in their late 50s, maybe 60s, and it looks like they're living a good life.
They look happy to me.
So, but what I'm thinking is when we go through the subtitle and it talks about having fun with your kids or your grandkids or getting back to playing those sports,
walking upstairs
again. So what I envision is multiple images, and maybe an older couple playing golf, or holding hands going for a walk, and they're actually walking upstairs, in the park playing with their grandkids. Multiple pictures that really tell a story within the pictures themselves.
Exactly, because a picture says 1,000 words.
So I think in the next version, what I'll do is I'll send this out, get a few different people working on it, and we'll get several copies made, and then we'll select one or two, and then from there we'll see if we can come up with a couple different versions of those. And then maybe we'll send it out to my community, the author, publish and profit community, and see if what people say, what they think resonates with them. And
I like that idea.
We'll go from there. Okay, so
good job, John.
That is the title and the subtitle, as well as mocking up a cover for the Kindle, and the book launch page. So I actually have the book launch page. Now I'm just going to have to look off to the side for a minute.
And when you say book launch page, you mean the book launch page where people can actually purchase the book, or do you mean the Amazon book launch page?
No, this is not the Amazon page, the author page, because we need to have the book information before we create that author page.
Okay.
This is the page where you're going to direct them.
I see. Okay.
And they're going to click on the button and be automatically directed to the Amazon.
So this is a page that I hired John and his team to build for me, because I will say if it was left up to me, it would not be done. So that was one of the things that was really painful for me, all of the tech stuff. I love working with people. I love helping people get them out of pain. Anything techie is basically my biggest nightmare. Okay, that looks good.
So here we have just a starting copy. You can see the headline, new book reveals, and then it's basically the headline, and then the subtitle.
Okay.
And we have, in this book you will discover, what are they going to discover? I can't, can you read that for me?
How you can reduce the amount of pain medication you take.
Okay.
How to get back to the activities you love. How to increase your energy, confidence, and drive.
Okay, and with under each one there's also...
So how you can reduce the amount of pain medication you take while at the same time feel less pain, more alive, and better than you did 20 years ago. How to get back to the activities you love, like playing golf, tennis, going for walks, or playing with the children and grandchildren. You get back to living life, not living in pain. How to increase your energy, confidence, and drive. You will learn what it takes to feel better, which increases your energy, your confidence, and in a lot of cases, your sex drive. And that's true. It's happened for a lot of my clients.
So we just quickly mock this up. Like I said, we'll change the actual book cover and the subtitle here once we have it. You can see, get it for 99 cents. So this will be linked right to Amazon. So as soon as they click the link, they're right on the book page where they actually buy it for 99 cents. So it's not taken to Amazon where they got to figure it out. It's taking them right to that actual book page where it's like...
Okay, exactly. And that's such a key thing, because I have clicked on things and it was ridiculous. All the hoops I had to jump through. When it comes to online, if it's not easy for me, I just stop.
Yeah.
Because I get scared, and plus I get frustrated. And everyone who's watching, I'd love to have your feedback on the title, the subtitle, and even the book cover. If you want to just give us your feedback, I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
So those are three things that we've already looked at. So title, subtitle, the cover, the book launch page, which is this page right here.
Yep.
So those are all...
checked off.
well, they're not 100% done, but it's
Yeah.
production before perfection. We'll make some changes.
Exactly.
They'll be ready to go.
That's
the
right.
next thing is selecting categories for your book and your Kindle. Now, I've already done that.
High five.
So I've figured out the 3 for Kindle and the 3 for book. And
And can I just ask something right
Sure.
now? We have the Kindle version that's selling on Amazon, and
they can also buy the paper.
can they
Back
buy it
there.
on iTunes also? They can't?
No, iTunes, like in the bookstore.
Yeah.
Well, you have to do something else.
Mm-hmm.
Send it through up to them, but it's another process.
Oh, okay. But it can be done.
It can be done. Just same as use BookBaby, and BookBaby will enable you to actually get it into a lot of the retail stores.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I want it in the retail.
Yeah,
I
so-
want it on iTunes.
Yeah, so those are other processes over and above just using Amazon. Amazon is obviously the biggest one.
Right.
That's why everyone focuses on Amazon, but you can get it up on the iTunes store,
Okay.
iBooks or whatever it is, and then you can also use BookBaby to get it into a lot of other online retailers as well as into actual retail shops.
Great.
So number 4 is done as well.
Nice.
So number 5 is register your ISBN number for your book.
So last night I was doing that, but
Okay.
they wanted my subtitle. And I didn't have the subtitle, so I thought, well, I'll just do that today before I leave here.
Okay.
Make sure that's registered.
So the next one is figure out the structure of the book, how it's going to be written. I think you've already tackled that by using the interviews
Yes.
and deciding on what the chapter is going to be called based on their ailment
Yep.
and how you're actually going to sort of put together each chapter.
Yes, and then at the end of each chapter, there's going to be a link that people can click on if they want to hear that person's audio testimonial.
Right. So what we're doing is we're driving people to Wendy's website, and where they can actually listen to the testimonial, and that's also, ironically enough, where they buy the home light therapy unit. Imagine that
On the website.
on the website.
So they could buy the book there if they wanted. No, they already own the book.
They already own the book. They're going to go there to
Right.
listen to the testimonial, and right there is where they can buy the home therapy unit.
Nice. Very convenient.
Funny how that works.
Yeah.
So you have your structure figured out.
Yes.
Look at that. We're 6 out of 11 already check marked off.
Okay, I'm feeling better already.
All right. So I'm de-stressing her.
Yeah.
Number 7, come up with your chapter titles.
Well, and that's done.
There we go.
And all the chapter titles, I'm just keeping them simple. Eliminate osteoarthritis pain fast. Eliminate sinus pain fast.
So you're going to sort of the strategy is going to be talking about the person that's actually telling the story inside
Yeah.
has a specific ailment that you help
Very
them fix.
specific.
So that ailment is going to be sort of the title of the chapter.
Definitely.
So somebody reading that goes, oh, this book is going to be how can I eliminate that pain quickly?
Yeah.
And so if somebody reading it has that pain, they're going to focus in on that. So see what this person did that actually got the results that they're trying to achieve.
Exactly.
Okay.
I want it to be simple and straightforward.
And the next one is have one chapter written. Now this is for the pre-launch, because when you do a pre-launch, you have to upload some content to Amazon.
Okay.
So Amazon, typically you're going to have your table of contents, which means you have to have your chapter titles.
Done.
And you want to have at least one chapter done.
Okay.
And maybe the stuff you put in there before the first chapter, like your
Intro,
acknowledgements,
okay.
what the book is going to be about, how, who should be reading the book, identifying your target market, so people know that what they're going to get out of the book. So
Okay.
just having a few things like that, just so you have a file to upload to Amazon, because when you're doing a pre-launch, because they want to have that available, because people actually get to see a little bit about what's in the book. You can preview it
Yes.
in Amazon.
Yes.
So it's going to be the preview.
Okay. Okay.
So you still need to do that, right?
I need to complete one chapter.
Need to complete one chapter.
Yeah, so I'm
Okay.
just waiting for the person who's doing the transcribing
Okay.
to get. The first chapter is going to be eliminate osteoarthritis pain.
Is that
Fast.
the lady that sent you the video and the?
Well, not a video, but audio.
No, but she sent you a video
Oh yeah,
of her jumping on the bed.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the lady.
Okay, so you've
Yeah.
sent that out for transcription?
I'm going to.
You're going to?
Yeah.
Today?
So yeah. So
Okay.
then I'm just waiting for her to
Okay.
get it back.
So then once you get that back, then you can just piece together the first chapter.
Perfect.
Excellent. So then it's a matter of uploading your files to Amazon for the pre-launch. So obviously you can't do that until you have that one chapter, the chapter title, like
But you're going to upload all those files, right? Because that's what you and your team are
Yes.
doing. Okay, great.
I'm just putting the tasks there. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter who's responsible.
Okay.
I'm just identifying the
Yeah,
tasks.
just panic mode set in
Yeah.
for a second. But
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
And obviously, prior to uploading that, I have to actually get it formatted for
Yeah.
Amazon. I left out that task,
Right.
but
Okay.
because I'm handling that task, I know that task is needed
Has
to be done.
Okay.
So, then you actually need to set a pre-launch date and a delivery date for the book.
Okay.
So that's a task that you have to think about, and you'll probably want to do that as you're getting the information back from doing the interviews.
Yes.
And then you find out from your transcriptionist how long it's going to take to get these done. Because obviously you don't want to set a pre-launch date and the transcriptionist doesn't even have the material back to you
Of
yet.
course,
You're going to
yeah.
want at least having the first chapter back, and at least have time to write it, to go through it, to create it.
Because I still have to send it to the editor
Yes.
2 times.
No, actually, you don't really need to for the pre-launch stuff. As long as it's, send it to have somebody review it, edit it once. But you'd want to do the full 2 edits after the entire book is done, so that the editor gets the full gist of the entire book,
I
so they get a
see.
better idea of what you're trying to accomplish.
Okay.
The first editor is typically going to be your grammatical structure, that sort of stuff. The second editor typically will want to look at the book as a whole, and to ensure that what you're trying to accomplish, you're going to be able to accomplish it, and the book is in the right format, not the format that they need for Amazon, but the format as far as the structure of the book itself, that the flow,
Yeah, for sure.
that you're, just because it could be grammatically correct, the flow may be off.
That's right.
So you want an editor that's looking at the flow of the book and making sure that that the flow is proper.
Okay.
Unlike my English.
You're having a bad day.
Yeah. So, and the last one is the pre-launch campaign. So obviously, once you know the pre-launch date, then you need to set up a pre-launch campaign, generating some interest, making everybody aware of what that date is, so that you're ready to drive the traffic to this launch page that is on the screen beside us. You're going to drive all the traffic there and get as many people to buy your book that first day as possible, and so that you can reach the #1 best-selling status.
Okay. And yeah, that sounds great. Do you think that I should come back here a week before my pre-launch, or the next time I'm back, I'm coming on to launch my book?
Just come on to launch it.
Okay. Come on to get down to some serious business.
So those are the 11 tasks for pre-launch. A lot of those have actually been accomplished, so you're much closer than you think.
Yeah, I feel good about that.
There's only a couple that you're actually responsible for, and then others that I'm responsible for. So just focus on the couple that you're responsible for, getting that chapter transcribed, and then piecing together that first chapter, the titles, and any information you're going to put in the front of the book, acknowledgments, things like that.
Okay, sounds good.
And Charlie, one of my employees, has just said this book is for his mom.
Oh, I hear that all the time. Oh, my mom could really benefit from this, and I know that my own mom has really benefited from it. She's 78 today, and
Happy birthday.
Well, not today, not this day.
Oh, not today.
But like as of today,
okay.
She's 78, and this is what she says. I'm stronger today and have more energy today than I did 5 years ago because of the light therapy.
Nice.
I feel really just so great about that.
So once we have the tasks for the pre-launch done,
Okay.
and that the pre-launch has already gone by, then there are still some tasks that need to get done before the actual launch. So let's just touch on these. Don't stress. Don't worry about them. Don't concern yourself about them until
Okay.
the actual pre-launch. But I just want to let you know, be aware of what actually needs to take place.
Okay.
So you need to actually write the book.
Of course.
Number one, you got to write the book.
What?
I pre-launched the book, and I got to write it down.
Okay.
Which means you have to get all the transcriptions back. You have to piece it all together, write in the intro and the close for every chapter, as well as the prescription the person
Of course.
used for the chapter.
Sure. Yeah.
The second thing is placing the calls to action within the book, making sure that they're clear at the end of every chapter. Call to action is either going to the website to listen to the person's testimony, and you'll throw in there different places about call to action about the light therapy unit, or if there's anything else that you're going to provide them, a video series or something. Typically each chapter, one call to action. Each chapter, one call to action. But throughout the chapter, you can actually talk about things, and you can embed other calls to action throughout the chapter.
Yeah, because one of the calls to action is, hey, if you want to start eliminating pain fast, download the top 10 super spices that you can incorporate into your diet.
Right.
And so have that in. I definitely want to have all that information in the book, so I'm not constantly emailing people
Right.
all of this information.
So placing calls to action is important. So knowing in advance what are going to be all your calls to action. So make a list of what calls to action you want, and then you can figure it out, okay, where am I going to place these throughout the book? The next thing is getting the book edited. Once it's done, I recommend, as I mentioned, 2 rounds of edits, one for grammatical purposes and one more for structure purposes.
All right.
The next thing is getting the book in the proper format, Kindle, CreateSpace. We'll be looking after that for you.
Okay, perfect.
Getting the book cover in the correct format as well for Kindle and CreateSpace.
Okay.
And make sure that website is all set to go with all of the calls to action available, as well as that people can buy the home light therapy unit.
Yep.
And everything that you talk about in the book is on the website, and that you have all the appropriate copywriting, or the copy for the website is going to resonate with the people. It's sort of the similar language that you're using in the book, as far as the ideal target market, pains, frustrations, overcoming those challenges, that sort of thing.
Okay.
So that is the tasks for after the book. So how do you feel? So how did you feel coming here this morning, and then how do you feel leaving here right now? Because I'm going to kick you out because
Right.
we only have 4 minutes left.
Okay. I definitely feel, when I arrived, I was feeling the level of stress still. I feel calmer and less stressed. I feel it is more achievable. And just, I actually also feel like we've accomplished more than what I even realized. Just going through all of these steps.
All the different tasks.
Yeah, and I guess I feel I've accomplished more than I realized because you did a lot of it.
Okay. So I've checked a lot of boxes off the
Yeah.
task list for you.
Yeah, good job, John. Good,
You're welcome.
Good job.
And then, so you just have a few that you need to look after, and a lot of this stuff, hopefully, I'm quite confident will be done before the end of next week.
Yeah. Well, over the weekend, I have 5 interviews that are solid. I've booked them. And potentially a 6th. I already have 2 done, so I've got 8. By Tuesday, I'll have 8. I have 11 chapters. One of the chapters, of course, is my own story.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel that's important, that one of them should be my own story?
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, but definitely within the next 7 days, all of my interviews will be done, and those interviews will be sent to the transcriber, and the first chapter will be complete.
Well, you should send the ones you have right now, send them out right now.
Yeah.
And potentially you might want to use multiple transcribers, because if you have like 8 things done all at once,
that's a great
you don't want to
point.
wait for, because there's all a specific amount of time,
Yeah.
unless you want to pay extra to speed up that time. So if you're using 4 different people, you give them each 2 chapters, you could potentially have them all, everything back within the week,
Yeah, that's a great
versus
idea.
waiting for that one person to do all 8,
Good call.
10 chapters.
Yeah. So I'll get 4 contact numbers from you after.
Yeah. Well, Wendy, thanks again for being on the show. Everyone show
pleasure.
Wendy some love by hitting that like button, love button. Definitely share this feed on your Facebook
thanks
with your
for
friends,
joining
your
us.
associates, on your business page. Wendy, again, it was thanks again for having me on the show. I really appreciate being here. I wish you'd have me on more often.
John, it's my pleasure. Like, my pleasure. Okay, I think he's going to have a light therapy session after, and maybe a drink.
Good thing tomorrow is Anything Goes Friday, because there could be a couple of beverages going on tomorrow.
Has it been a rough week at the office?
No, it's just lots of stuff going on.
Yeah.
You know, clients, and then this doing the show, and then my other stuff besides that.
You're
So,
doing a great job.
so again, thanks everyone for watching,
My pleasure.
and
Thank you for watching.
just hold on for 1 second. I'll be back in a minute with some closing remarks. So actually, it'll be less than a minute. It'll be more like 3 seconds, but I'll be back shortly with closing remarks for today's show. Thanks. Thanks for joining me on today's John A. McCabe Show, where we work with and help entrepreneurs, business owners, authors, experts, and speakers get seen, get heard, get noticed anywhere, anytime, on any device, also known as the Authority Acceleration Blueprint. Now, if you are someone who is looking to take their business to the next level and would like to get some coaching advice, why not apply to be a guest on the show? Now, for most entrepreneurs, we want to create our own life, create our own path, and do what we can to reach our own desired outcome, which is generally freedom. Freedom to choose what we want to do, when we want to do it, and with whom we want to do it. A life that is full of options and choices, where we worry less about money and more about the quality time we spend with each other. A great way to make that happen is to leverage other people's knowledge, time, and skill sets. Step 1 to reaching your freedom life is to realize you can't do it alone. Working with coaches or being involved in masterminds is a great way for entrepreneurs to move their business forward. Now, a coach can help you shorten the time frame to get from where you are today to where you want to be, while being part of a mastermind is meant to bring entrepreneurs together, all with the goal of helping each other move their business forward. Now, the second step is to creating the life you envision for yourself as an entrepreneur is to implement systems into your business so that you can streamline the operations, leverage systems, and free up your time to focus on your family, having fun, and the highest leverage activities in your business. You know, the activities that get you the biggest return of your time invested and the ones that really make you money. Now, sometimes we just don't know what systems we need, how to implement those systems, or even have the time to find out what's needed. Now, working with a coach or a consultant that understands, uses, and specializes in systems that can streamline your operations can help you save time, aggravation, and make you more money. Now, having a system or strategy that allows you to leverage just 15 hours of your time into enough repurposed content to get you seen, get you heard, get you noticed anywhere, anytime, on any device is a great example of leverage. Now, just imagine a system where you invest just 15 hours of your time, and the end result is you're a #1 best-selling author, you have a successful podcast, you have enough content to get you seen, get you heard, get you noticed anywhere on any device at any time, automatically attracting more attention, giving more value to your ideal target market, generating more leads, which enables you to attract an abundance of paying customers. Now, this is also known as the Authority Acceleration Blueprint. Now, to find out more about the Authority Acceleration Blueprint, the coaching program or mastermind, then contact me via my website, johnamccabe.com, or connect with me through the show's Facebook page. Now, again, I want to thank you for joining us on the John A. McCabe Show, and I look forward to seeing you on tomorrow's show when we have another great guest on discussing their business and accelerating their authority. So have yourself an amazing day, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.